Hello, everyone, and welcome to History 111. My name is David Halahmy. I am the professor that you'll have for this course, and I always like to introduce myself to my students and tell you a few things about me and the class. And so I'll start with this. I tell this to all my students the first day of class that when I was 18 years old, I was doing what all of you guys are doing right now, I was taking a history class at a community college. And I remember going to my professor and saying, hey, I really like this stuff. I want to teach history at a community college. And when I was 24 years old, I was a history professor at a community college. I've been teaching at Cypress College since the year 2000, and I absolutely love teaching history. It is my passion to teach this material, and I hope it will really come evident even in this kind of online environment. I do prefer the in-class environment, but even online, there's a lot of amazing stories I'm going to be able to share with you through these videos all semester. And History 111 is such an important course to take. This is a course that covers so many different things that impact our lives today. We'll start this course basically kind of looking at what life was like right before the early modern world. We'll get into, these powerful monarchs in the early part of the modern world, like the kings of France that could kill you in a snap of a finger and you couldn't do anything about it. And then how people started to challenge those absolute monarchs through the Enlightenment period, when you have people like Montesquieu and Locke, who talked about these ideas that helped fuel things like the French Revolution and even the American Revolution, of course. But it's not just politics we cover in this class. We look at other things that impact our lives: the scientific revolution, the industrial revolution, the rise of capitalism, which has made people's lives so much better. Before the rise of the industrial revolution and capitalism, this idea of moving in class and going from a lower class to a higher class, social mobility didn't exist. Even the concept of a middle class didn't exist. So understanding how that happens and impacted our lives is pretty important. We spend time on things maybe you aren't as familiar with, like the unification of Italy and Germany in the 19th century, or the colonization period in the 19th century when Europe colonized Africa and Asia. We talk about other things as well, like why you marry, who you marry. We talk about poetry and art. We cover all of that. We spend a lot of time on the 20th century, of course, talking a lot about World War One in this class. And, oftentimes say World War One may be the most important event in history. And people go, more than World War Two? Well, you don't have World War Two without World War One. So we'll definitely talk about that. We'll talk about, yes, a lot of great things that came out of Western civilization history, but also some horrific evil things. If you think about, the Stalins and the Mussolinis and the Hitlers, these kind of, totalitarian regimes of the 20th century, we'll cover that and talk about how does that happen. That's going to be a very important topic. And of course, we will cover World War II in great detail. This is an image of the D-Day landings right after, not initially the morning of D-Day, but as the D-Day invasions had taken place. And just was such a lecture that I'm very passionate about. I spent several lectures on World War II. And so you're going to learn a lot this semester. I also hope you enjoy the course as we go through this semester. I always tell students, reach out to me if you have any questions, if anything's unclear. And as always, I'm looking forward to a really good semester with everyone. And if you have any questions, concerns, please let me know. There's two things students know about me pretty early. One is I'm very passionate. I love what I do. I love teaching. And two, I'm very organized and I'm always there to help you guys. So that's it. Just want to give you a little quick intro. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to a good semester. Have a great day.